I know this week I have been very MIA from the news scene, but I'm just going to do a really quick recap on top things or things that I think are important to mention that you may have missed this week. The CIA has officially launched an investigation into the damage done by Trump and Elon's unclassified emails. This list included names of officers, including those working undercover, so it could be a really big fucking whoopsies, which basically sums up the entirety of this last couple of months. People are claiming 2 more Yahtzee salutes at the CPAC. This one, I'm not sure who this guy is. I'm sure somebody on the Republican Party. And then Steve Bannon's the one in the middle. The one in the top definitely to me is giving, I think you can even see him mouthing the words like "my heart goes out to you," which has become this fucking weak thing that everyone is doing up on TikTok, trying to prove that what Elon was doing was not what he was doing, and they're just doing this kind of like weak version that's not really the same thing, because you can see like the way he does it is very like a little bit more could lend that, but it's still in the same reference. So I think he's just trying to prove a point. Steve Bannon, I'm not really sure how to feel about this, because in my opinion, I know that he goes up with a straight arm, which would end like a Yahtzee salute. But if I'm being honest, in my opinion, it does not look like a salute to me, because he does not hit his chest and thrust upwards like we have seen in Triple K salutes, Yahtzee salutes, fascist salutes in general. And I think it has to have the full motion of hitting the chest and then out to technically be that. If not, then we are going to have to relook at some of those videos that everyone was like debunking with like AOC and Hillary Clinton and Obama and Kamala, etc., etc., etc. So I don't know. It's a slippery slope to say, oh yeah, Steve Bannon was doing. I think people are honestly just throwing it on there because to like have a story. I don't know. What do you think? I do know that there was a French far right leader that canceled his speech after seeing that and like basically condemned it. So I don't know how to feel. What do you guys think? But I do think if we're going to say one thing is specifically a Yahtzee salute, then we really need to stick with that no matter who is doing whatever range of motion. So that's a slippery slope to go on if you're taking that stance. So just something to remember. Israeli warplanes are currently dropping leaflets over Gaza right now, basically saying the most horrendous shit, that they are going to be wiped out and that the US is going to come in and occupy and kick everybody out, and all of this crazy propaganda and crazy scare tactics. And it's just really fucking sad to see. There's a picture of Trump and a picture of Netanyahu, and they're apparently just dropping them all over Gaza, so the people are afraid. I mean, no surprise there really, but I don't want to hear any of you motherfuckers making any sort of excuses for this little pair of Netanyahu and Trump doing these atrocities in Gaza. Shut the fuck up. Okay, shut the fuck up. This shit is horrendous. And like people are like, no, I don't think he's doing that. He's just going to rebuild. No, the fuck he's not. Because Netanyahu's over here dropping these fucking leaflets saying they're about to fucking blow fucking Gaza up, and they don't give a fuck if the people are still there or not. Trump also appears to have sided with Russia against the UN this week, which is wild. Basically, this man is turning against all of our allies, even going as far as to call Zelensky, which is Ukraine's leader, a dictator, but refusing to call Putin a dictator when asked about it, even though there's plenty of evidence to prove that Putin is actually a dictator. Instead, he called our allies' leader a dictator. So yeah, we're just over here pissing off all of our allies and befriending our enemies. It's great. On plane news this week, one plane coming out of Atlanta had to turn around and make an emergency landing after smoke filled the cabin. I'm not sure if they figured out why this is. I bet they have now because it's been a few days, but that would have been really scary. And then even scarier than that, a United Airlines plane coming out of New York had to be escorted by fighter jets to safely land after a bomb threat this week. There has been a new bill introduced in South Carolina, Bill 3537, that literally means if a woman miscarries and they do an investigation showing that she did anything to possibly induce this miscarriage, that she could be charged with murder. We're talking horseback riding, we're talking about anything, working out too much, fucking falling on accident, anything like that. They just want to prosecute women, let's be real. Rage. Oh yeah, and then this is probably a week old or so I wanted to do a video on it, but then I just never got it together. Just in case you missed it, on their whole firing fucking extravaganza, like letting whole fucking teams and whole fucking divisions and whole fucking departments go, they accidentally got rid of the people that were guarding our nuclear warheads. whoops. And then they realized how important their jobs are, and they said, yeah, we're gonna need to get those people back, but because these people are so protected and so secretive, they don't know who the fuck they are and they can't figure out how to reach them. So yeah, that's great. Also, these photos were leaked out of the CPAC, or the far right conservative convention bullshit, and they're definitely marketing for a third term for Trump, and possibly an indefinite term, which again is called dictatorship, as he takes cue from his bestie Putin, who hasn't had elections in 25 fucking years. And I'm sorry, is this him as like a Roman fucking statue? What the fuck is happening? Oh, and this just in. So the White House has decided, breaking years of precedent, that they are going to now choose which reporters are allowed to ask Trump questions. I guess they're tired of answering the hard questions. Also, this just in, 21 Doge employees just resigned, saying they literally cannot stand by and legitimize Elon Musk's work. These are two important things highlighted within their mass resignation letter, and I'm going to put them here on the screen so you can read. I mean, so yeah, those are some of the main things that you may or may not have missed this week, and I'm sure there are a lot more, but those are just the ones that caught my eye. I'm gonna get back onto things next week, and I'll get back into it really heavy. You'll probably see from me almost every day, but I also need some mental health rest because all of us need that right now. Rest your brain, take care of yourself, keep standing up for people, keep speaking out for people, keep getting together with your community, and keep telling the fascists to fuck off.
You could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Fuck off.
That's it.